Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Today we are going to discuss grade 10th CBSE chapter from the Diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank. This lesson is an extract from the Diary of a Young Girl or the Diary of Anne Frank. It's an autobiography of Anne Frank and was published in 1947. So let's get started. Anne Frank was a little Jewish girl. She used to write a diary, though she did find it unusual and strange to start off. She wasn't sure if anyone would be interested in reading it, but she felt the need to write because there were a lot of thoughts she had been holding on to and she needed to get them off her mind. It's known that writing one's thoughts acts as a therapy. She feels that paper has much more capacity to absorb thoughts than people. Though this 13-year-old girl has a loving family, near about 30 people that can be called friends, loving aunts, and a good place to stay. This depicts a clear picture of a happy family, but one thing that lacks in her life is the presence of a true friend with whom she can share everything. But then she thinks maybe it's she who's not able to trust anyone with her private stuff, that she's not able to come any closer to her friends. So she maintains a diary and names her Kitty. In her diary, she gives a sensational account about her life. This chapter, it contains first few pages of her diary. The purpose of the diary was to pour out her innermost feeling. First of all, she gives a brief account of her parents and elder sister. The most adorable person, Otto Frank, 36 years old man, married her mother, Edith Hollander Frank, when she was 25. Her sister, Margaret, was born in Germany in 1926 and she was born on 12th of June 1929. She lived in Frankfurt until she was 4. Then her father immigrated to Holland in 1933. Her mother went with him to Holland while she and her sister were sent to Aachen, which is a place in Germany, to stay with their grandmother. Margaret went to Holland in December and she reached in February as a birthday present for Margaret. Back in Holland, Anne was sent to Montessori nursery school. It was the first school. She started from the first form. She had Mrs. Cuperus, the headmistress, in her 6th form, who even cried at the time of farewell. In 1941, Anne's grandmother fell ill and had to be operated, so they didn't really celebrate Anne's birthday. Unfortunately, her grandmother left them in January 1942. Anne missed her grandmother more than anyone could think of. On 20th of June 1942, Anne begins writing her diary. She talks about her school, her class. The entire class was nervous about their results. She and her friend G made fun of the boys who were making bets about their results. According to Anne, about quarter of class should not be allowed to pass because they hardly respond or take part in any of the activities. She refers to them as dummies, but this may not be the case because teachers' decisions can't be predicted. She wasn't much concerned about her result, but the only subject that she was unsure of was mathematics. In fact, she had a good relationship with all her teachers except her maths professor. And she tells how she used to be very talkative, and her teacher tried to punish her by giving extra homework. The first one was to write an essay on chatterbox, which she did find was a weird topic to write on. while anyone could mention random stuff written for the sake of filling pages, she wanted to present concrete evidence in support of talking. She mentioned that talking is a trait that can't be eliminated completely from her personality. This was because she had inherited this trait from her mother, and she ended up filling 3 pages on that topic. In fact, the professor found Anne's arguments to be amusing, and next time, when she didn't stop talking in the next lesson also, he gave her another assignment as punishment, and the topic was an incorrigible chatterbox. Third time, she was asked to write on "Quack, quack," said the mistress chatterbox. Her friend Sanan, who was good at poetry, offered to help her write, but Anne wrote the essay in the form of a humorous verse poem. She wrote a satire that the father swan bit his 3 ducklings to death because of their noisy nature. To her good luck, the professor took it lightly. In fact, he was pleased to read it. Also, Mr. Kesey started cracking jokes every now and then in front of the class. He allowed Anne to talk in his class without any further homework as punishment. So that's all about the chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.